Hello, strategists, generals and soldiers of the Second World War. Welcome back to Panzer Corps Gold and Playing Hardball. We have taken the Buzinovka depot and driven the Soviets back further south. And basically we have secured all the western area, I guess, from the city. Here's Stalingrad, here's the Don River. So the Volga will be here on this side. Yeah, now all that remains is to take Sevemy, and I guess then we will drive further towards the city. Let's have an artillery shot at you guys. Suppression 5, that's good. Actually, do we have a better tank? Our ultra tank. It's also getting more experience. Yeah, well, you guys take them out. Good. Let's drive here. Let's make sure no one is here. They need to be resupplied. We do have some fighter planes here. No, the tactical bombers, these horrible Sturmovik, very tough guys to kill, very tough, very nicely armored. Although probably more like from the ground. But anyway, we only shoot down 2 of them. There we go, and let's have another shot. Because our Sonderkraftfahrzeug can use the experience, actually. And now that we can have a shot, we should take the shot, right? Oh yeah. And they are really tough. So which plane can use some experience? Let's have you guys. So there we go. Then their tanks can shoot back, so we are not attacking them from the sky. Our poor tactical bombers are pretty battered. So actually the Yukon... Yeah, well, actually we don't really need to. This Panzer does have already the maximum. Blitz Pioneers also. These Pioneers have also 4, these Grenadiers. Should probably not get there. Well, then you guys get your last shot at them. Ah, nice. Didn't expect that actually. 1 kill, 1 suppressed. Then our SU 122. That's even a rhyme. Can get off another shot at them. Nice. Now all are suppressed. Yeah, well, these guys have 417. Well, our spy tank actually can use the experience. Let's drive there. Shoot them. Good. Now they are a bit exposed, but that doesn't matter. Let's start with the bombardment of the city. Well, and actually, you guys attack the artillery there. Let's try to maximize it. The long legs don't need any more experience. Sonderkraftfahrzeug can actually destroy them. So let's drive in like this. Yeah, well, and I guess I don't want to shoot them Oh, these guys only have 416. Yeah, well then, so you guys get the shot. Because I wanted to use the Stuk against them as well, right? And now you're saying, okay, he has outmaneuvered himself, right? But only if we can't get away. So you guys drive there. And also we have our Blitzpaniers up here. So, strategic bomb. Let's go there. You guys drive in, like there, threatening the city. They are suppressed by 6. So let's have these bombers go over them. Regular soldiers can't shoot back. No effect. Well, otherwise it doesn't really matter. So let's have fighters sweep over them. Oh, nice fighter shot. Okay, very nice. They need to be resupplied. Gebirgsjäger. Ah, they can actually attack them. They are all suppressed and totally surrounded. So let's drive in and shoot them off with our... finishing them off with our Sonderkraftfahrzeug 250-1. So, there we go. Now some more bombardment on these guys. These tanks, or rather our guys go there. Well, these grenadiers. I mean, they will not go, they will not run. Tank doesn't need any more experience. These guys neither. But they can use the experience. So let's attack in the city. Nice. And that's it. The Blitzpaniers will have the honors. Moving in. And we've taken control of the western area around Stalingrad. Taken the depot and lots of equipment and destroyed a huge number of enemy units in the process. By the way, is there actually any statistics? No, we don't have any statistics, right? That was actually nicer with the original Panzer General, because there you could also see like how many units you had lost and dispatched and stuff like that, right? It's not here. No, all we can do is surrender. And that's it. Well then, so it's August 29th. Decisive victory. Outstanding as ever, Herr General. The arms you have liberated from the depot will undoubtedly serve you well in your upcoming campaign against Stalingrad. September 5th, 1942. Ah, good day, Herr General. I have a short report for you today. As you probably know by now, the attack against the city of Stalingrad is about to commence. Your objectives are to strike quickly and capture at least 6 of your objectives. To aid you in your assault, several detachments from the Italian 8th Army have been temporarily placed at your disposal. As a final warning, you should be on the lookout for potential partisan activity that may threaten your objectives in the west. Strike hard and fast, Herr General. We still have much ground to cover once the city is added to your list of conquests. Storming Stalingrad, September 5th. 1942. 8 o'clock in the morning. So here we are. This is Stalingrad. Oh my goodness. That is indeed Stalingrad. Oh, what do we have here? Italian troops. We have some Italian friends here. What did he say? As a final one, you should be on the lookout for potential partisan activity that may threaten your objectives in the West. Okay, so that's actually fun and nice. Let's have a look at them. But the thing is, we can't purchase them. That's so, I don't know why. And I'm not going to sell. It says no core slots, not enough unit slots, right? But I'm not going to sell any of our other units. But yeah, that's actually a thing. Just to end the role-playing for a moment, I would have really liked it if for our Panzer Corps we could have taken on volunteers from all the other nations. I would have liked that very much, because the Wehrmacht had a lot of volunteer units, yeah, or like volunteers, like tens of thousands from basically all the nations the Germans / the Nazi Germans conquered in Europe. And that would actually be quite cool, although of course there's stuff like these tanks here, they look fun, like the Fiat. But of course they are crap, yeah. So like they are the now in the year 1942 they have the level of the German Panzer 2 or 3, I guess. Let's compare them. So like the best one is this one, I guess. Yeah. So he's got a little bit more armor. They are very slow as well, only 4 tiles. While this one, compared with ours, or the German ones, 2, 3, and 6. By 5 tiles. 2, 3, 6, and 50 fuel. Two, 3, 6, 50 fuel. Okay, so that's, yeah, it's a bit better, especially against hard targets, than our Panzer 1. But it's already worse than our Panzer 2, so that's basically, it's a recon vehicle that's totally obsolete. So and the best one is 5, 6, 8, and it's too slow. 5, 6, 8. Yeah, so it's more like Panzer, between Panzer 3F and G, but with way worse armament and slower. So recon, Autoblinder, that's actually not too bad with 100 fuel. 2, 4 and 8, but it's only normal wheel movement. 2, 4 and 6 and 100. Yeah, so it's comparable to our Sonderkraftfahrzeug, like the first generation stuff. Yeah. But that's really not useful. So, but this one looks interesting. And it does the Saharina, and it does have... Oh yeah, cool. It can dismount the infantry. That's actually pretty interesting. It's like a very quick infantry unit. That's actually something I like. I would like to have them in the core. Saharina. So like it's a multi-purpose infantry. That's actually a cool idea. Here we've got an anti-tank, mini tank. Attack 8, that's really not sufficient. They only have 6. Artillery wise, yeah, they also have no real. This one is also way too slow. Yeah, well, it's like our Sturmpanzer is also 4. We have 12-9 and they have 7-6, so it's really, yeah, well, they have bunker killer and we are not even bunker killer, by the way, so yeah, well, then let's have a look at the artillery, the anti-air. It looks cool. That one looks like the 88, but it's 75 millimeters. And that one's 90. Okay, interesting. And they have 18 attack by range 3. 18 attack. Well, our 88 has also 18 attack. Okay, we have ammo 12. They have ammo only 9. So, yeah. That's really not worth it. But just out of curiosity. Could shoot for 516. And our 516, yeah, well, ours is a little bit better against hard targets as well. So then, and the fighter, Falco, double wing, like from the First World War. Reggiane. That one is a worse version in every aspect. It's only slightly... okay, Saeta, so it's just another manufacturer. Okay, so they construct the worst planes. Machi Folgore, the Veltro. These guys, these things look pretty okay. 16 attack, that's better than our 14. We have max 14, so they've got better machine guns in it. But otherwise, it's 65, 7, 10, 19, 15. 65, 7, 65, 7, 65, 7. Oh yeah, well, okay, actually, like, range-wise and stuff, so they actually have a better construction, it appears. However, we have 10, 20, 20 for the BF109G version. 10, 20, 20, and they have 10, 19, 15. Oh yeah, so it appears they are lighter. My guess would be that the frame and everything is lighter. That is why they can carry more fuel and stuff, but then of course you can shoot them up easier. And they have a range of 14. I guess we have only 13, right? No, we also have 14. So all in all, I think the Wehrmacht has also the better, or the Luftwaffe has the better plane at their disposal. This one was this Breda tactical bomber version. And this is better. Savoia Marchetti. 6577. 6577. So, well, it's really not competitive. Although it's good, they are always good against naval targets, and that's of course convincing, because Italy, of course, will have a focus on sea warfare. Yeah, or stronger focus on sea warfare. That is, by the way, one of the shortcomings of the German military, of the Nazi German military of the 1930s and 40s. They still, they consider themselves way too much land power I mean, they were, but they underestimated the importance of air units against sea units. Although they made the in the Mediterranean, they already made the experience that planes are highly effective against ships, but they didn't. Yeah, take the consequences from this. Yeah, and this Piaggio we already know, or do we? No, I think I know it from another game. Or do we? I'm not sure. But still, let's have a look. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty big, especially, and it has a huge range. They carry a lot of fuel with them, 220 units, while we have with our 140, yeah, that's the longest range. We have our so-called long-range bomber that can't even reach the north of the British Isles, I guess. So we have, and we can carry 7 ammunition, and they can carry only 5 though. So, and they have 11, 6, 12, 12. 11, 6, 12, 12. 11, 6, 12, 12. So actually our strategic bombers are significantly better. Well, the Dornier is a little bit worse. And ours have ground defense 22, air defense 14 and 16, and they have 2, 14, 16, yeah, and initiative 2, while we have initiative 7 and 5. Okay, well, so actually, but still, I would actually like to have just these Bersaglieri here. So they are the funny elite Italian infantry who have these rooster feathers on their helmets. Just for the fun of it, we could have them. I would like that, like just as volunteers or something, attached to our corps. They have 7, 5, 2. 7, 5, 2, so they are better than Wehrmacht. 7, 5, 2, well, and they are a little bit worse than Grenadiers when it comes to hard targets. But they carry more stuff around. So, and we have initiative 3, like the Grenadiers, 3, 8, 17, 2. 3, 8, 17, 2. Okay, well, they are not as good as our Grenadiers overall, all in all. Initiative 2. And we have initiative 3. Yeah, well, our soldiers are better trained, but the Alpini, so you would think that the Italian mountaineers, the mountain troops, are as experienced as anybody in the mountains with the Alps. So let's check those out. They have 751, and our guys 751. Yeah, they carry around a little bit more ammunition, which is actually pretty useful. And then we have 2, 7, 18, 2. 2, 7, 18, 2. So they are actually better for ground defense if someone attacks them. So like a more defensive loadout, slightly better defensive, I guess. Especially as they have more ammunition. So, yeah, well. So actually there's nothing I would like, but I'd like this one, the Sahariana. That's actually pretty versatile. I like that thing. But we can't get it, not enough unit slots. And I'm not going to sell all our stuff. So, anyway, here we are. This is Stalingrad. And I think, well, we'll start our assault during the next episode, let's maybe I can do the replacements right now and talk a little bit about Stalingrad. So I think I already mentioned that like the fight in the city went on until November or something, when the Wehrmacht had taken like 90%, but Stalin had ordered the civilians not to be evacuated because he thought apparently that this would encourage the defenders to fight fiercer, and they were actually like all female units, yeah, so desperate was their situation. And you know, like there was a lot of industry in here, of course, and they still produced T-34 tanks and anti-tank guns and other stuff. And in the last phase, at least, they didn't even have the sights, for example, for the cannons. So they looked through the bore of the gun. Yeah, you can imagine that, looking through the bore of the gun, pushing the projectile in, like aiming through the bore of the gun, like from behind, then pushing the projectile in and then firing. So that's really sick, you have to say, right? And so desperate, but yeah, they really they held their ground more or less, and they won a lot of time. And then Hitler gave the order that the 6th Army that attacked Stalingrad was not allowed to vacate the city when it got threatened to be surrounded, because the Soviets made a huge counterattack and punched through the I think the Bulgarian forces, if I remember correctly. That costs 95, so no. Just get fresh guys for the Sherman, and I think we are not using the Sherman anyway. So you guys get experienced tankers. It will be very sad in a few moments though, when our planes will have to get their replacements. So, and yeah, the Russian and Ukrainian forces, or well, basically the Soviet forces, really resisted to the last man and woman. So you can really say that they were fighting really heroically, with only little resources in the end. Well, the Germans, of course, had also huge problems, and due to the this order that the harvest was taken in, yeah, before evacuating any personnel, any civilians, there was also little food in the city. So it was all to the idea was all to not let the Wehrmacht loot anything and deny them any resources they could have gotten right out of the country, because the Wehrmacht had huge logistical problems, and the German Reich was not able actually to support the military in and of itself. They would have needed like 5 million tons of food and stuff, and other resources which they couldn't produce themselves, basically, right? So that was why they had the plan to support, or like to supply the German military out of the conquered territory. So we have replaced everything. Now we are down at 18,000. That's really bad, but it also shows us that the situation is becoming dire, right? So, and as there was talk of partisans, so I am actually very suspicious here. I bet there are many here in the forest, like around there. So we need to make sure that we have a free operational zone here. I think that is the first step. So we do have some Italian friends over here, but only light forces actually. Yeah, and we have these bersaglieri, only light forces. So I guess we should actually pull them back and just make sure that the Soviets are not counter-attacking out of the city. Like, pull them back and then checking out this area, while we'll form one group here that goes through, combs the forest and then goes through, or one group holds the line and the siege line around here, maybe around the city, Gumrak, with this airfield. And the southern group does the same. One group, maybe a smaller one, going here, combing through this forest, and we'll establish a front line, and then once that's established, we'll move in all. So we need to take these areas here. It's actually an interesting city, so our tanks can drive in. Well, and if only we had some railway. I don't know why we don't have any armored trains or stuff. Yeah. But of course, well, they can just explode the railway, so, and then we are stuck. So the Blitzkrieg is over in Stalingrad. We'll need a lot of infantry here, I guess. It's all the city, but there are also a lot of flags to be captured. So let's see how we get out of this. But we'll need a lot of artillery. That's why I wanted the here the Sturmgeschütz. These guys are now quite experienced, like trained on the weapon. All the drills are sitting well, and the SU. This is like a good asset here, I think. Stuk, the Wurfrahmen, and these two here. I think they will be of good service to us. If only we had something better, like a Sturmpanzer 2 or something. They should put it on another chassis, a tank chassis. Yeah, so that's how we can roll, I think. Yeah, and how things commence, we will see in the next episode. So, where we will actually enter the city of Stalingrad. Well, we had reached the northern area, like maybe there or something. And we've cut off the Volga support. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it informative. If you have any thoughts, please do share them. I would be very interested. Also with links or something, so we can read the stuff ourselves. Yeah, and you are very welcome to join the channel as well as clicking the like button. See you next time. Bye bye.